woman discovers her own power in her own way, and sometimes it's a challenge in our lives that helps us find it. And tonight's keynote speaker is Nasima Nastoh. She became an anti-bullying activist after the death of her son. At 14 years old, if you remember, he jumped off the Patello Bridge in Surrey. He was relentlessly teased at school, and he decided to take his own life. And Nasima has spoken at more than 100 schools in the Lower Mainland and outside of BC about anti-bullying and teen suicide. And Nasima has also worked as a youth and family counselor. And today she's the vice chair of an organization called Communities Embracing Restorative Justice in Coquitlam. For her work, she will be receiving an honorary Shakti Award tonight. But first, let's welcome her to the stage and listen to her message. Nasima Nastoh.
Thank you for your kind introduction. Good evening. I would like to take this opportunity to express my deep appreciation to Sonia and organizing committee of Shakti Award. We all gathered here tonight to celebrate the 100th anniversary of International Women's Day, to celebrate our courage, wisdom, patience, and beauty. International Women's Day means unity. It means fiesta. It means reciprocity. It means getting together with all other women to celebrate our success, our stories, because every woman has a story of success. It's also a day to respect and remember those women who were tortured, raped, and killed. We are here to honor and respect those women who gave themselves permission to speak up and take risks. When I was a young woman in my teens and early 20s, I thought men knew more than I did. I'm not sure where I got this idea. I was so fearful to speak up for what I knew to be true. It wasn't only as I began to understand and realize that men don't apologize when they make a mistake. But as women, we weren't given that permission to make mistakes and simply learn from it. As Mary Wollstonecraft said, that I don't wish women to have power over men, but over themselves. So we are here tonight to celebrate our power over ourselves, the power to make choice, the power to lead, the power to learn, the power to express our feelings. We must not forget the courageous women who opened the doors for us. A woman's whole life is a history of affection. A woman is the nucleus of the family. It's time for all of us to champion the right of women and men together. Feminism champions the right of women only. It's time for us to recognize the best way to reach to everybody, to men, to women, to children, to youth, to our aging parents, is through the nucleus of the family, the women. Actually, this light blind, I can't see well. Can you?
I can shut off, but you cannot. I cannot record anything.
Oh, okay, but because it's okay. Okay, now it's better, thank you. I have learned that you cannot seek excellence and be afraid at the same time. The two cannot work together. We have to eliminate our fear. I have a story to share too. On March 11, 2000, my life was shattered because my 14-year-old son, Hamid, was pushed to the end by bullies. Hamid was tormented to death by his peers. The constant name-calling, slurs, and attacks on his sexuality by bullies pushed him to his emotional breaking point. He was so very upset that his friend did not stand up for him. He was so confused, he did not know where to turn. On that cold March day, Ahmed wrote as a note. Later he left home. He traveled the 10 kilometers from our home to Patala Bridge. He climbed up to the bridge, and then he jumped into the Fraser River, ending his torments forever. Suicide is devastating. There is nothing natural about it. You have no idea what suicide does to the victims who are left behind. Our lives have been scarred with the worst kind of loss. There are no words to describe how this feels. The pain and sorrow of losing Hamid is just more than words can say. It has been 11 years. Do I miss him? I guess. I miss him every day in and day out. I will never forget the face of the RCMP officer who had to tell me that they found the cold body of Hamid from the Fraser River. The pain in my heart, like someone stuck a knife through it. At that moment, I wished that I could die and be with him. But God helped me and gave me strength to work and make a difference in his memory. He was the most important part of my life. I spent the following year in deep depression. My life was falling in pieces, and I decided to pick up my pieces and realized that I could move forward because I wanted to make a difference. I didn't want Hamid's death to be in vain. I realized that one person can make a difference. There is a hole in my heart that could never be fixed. I live a different life now, a life that I never asked for it. I remember that my father always told me that patience is a part of courage, and that's a kind of wisdom. After a year of grieving, I stopped screaming at God. I stopped feeling guilty. I decided to be part of the solution. Hamid wanted me to tell his story. He hoped that perhaps I could make a difference in the actions of bullies. His final wish was written in his suicide note. The thing is, I love you, Mom and Dad. But you didn't understand why I had to commit suicide. There was so much going on, and I tried to cope with it. School is the main reason. It was horrible. Every day I was teased and teased. Everyone calling me gay, fag, queer, and I would always act like it didn't bug me and ignore them. But I was crying inside. It hurt me so bad because I wasn't gay, and they kept on saying I was. And I would pray to God every night for everyone to stop saying that. Sure, I had a lot of friends, but they weren't real friends. My own friends thought that I was gay. Sure, they can't deny it, but they know that I'm right. Better, but they didn't. There was no other way out for me. This counselor told me when she came to talk to our class about suicide that usually the person committing suicide gives hands. I gave you guys many of hands, but it wasn't your fault. You didn't understand. I lied to you saying my friend killed herself, even though she didn't. It's against our religion to kill yourself. I did not do this for people to feel sorry for me. I did this so people would learn. I did this because of them, all of the people at school. I want them to feel bad for the rest of their lives. When you tell my teacher that I killed myself, I want you to tell the reason too. That because everyone at school called me gay and teased me, and I want all those people to know it's their fault. Even if they never said it to my face, they said it. They can't deny it, but deep down inside they know who they are. And when people said it, my own friends never backed me up. They just laughed. I know you are going to miss me and that you will never forget me. But you would never understand. You weren't living my life. I wasn't as happy as I looked. I hate myself for doing this to you. I really, really hate myself. But there was no other way out for me. I know I left my room messy. You can clean it if you want, but please don't sell anything or throw anything away. Even though I'll be dead, I still want this room. And don't take any pictures down. God, this was a long note. I will wrap it up. I love you, Mom and Dad. Please, please tell the people at school why I did this. I don't want somebody else to have to do what I did. This was a message to show what name-calling and teasing can do. Sure, I could have taken a gun and shot everyone in the head, like all those school shootings. But what would the point be? Then that would have made me a bad person. Oh yeah, David, you were and will always be my best friends. I won't forget you. You better not forget me. But whenever you miss me, Dave, just come and sleep in my room. Well, this is the end. I love you, Mom and Dad, and especially you, David. And one more time, I have to mention this. Please make people stop name-calling and teasing other people because it really hurts. That's just my only wish, and I hope people will listen to me. Please visit my grave often so I'm not lonely. I would like to end my speech with a quote that says, there is a woman at the beginning of all great things. There is a woman at the beginning of all great things. Let's celebrate the 100th years anniversary of International Women's Day because women have resourcefully, passionately, and creatively shaped our world. Thank you.